All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to SES number 337. We're currently sitting in the lobby between Team Overlord Jen and Summary Execution. Just waiting for the last few members to drop in, and then we'll get this thing started. Now, the lobby timer has started, and we're looking at a 4-minute timer until the match will start. So they've got 3 minutes and 30 seconds until the ships are locked, and they need to go with what they've decided. Now, until then, they can freely switch between the, whatever ships they want. Now, we're going on Battle on the Dunes, a very long-range map, and we're seeing a Mobula and Magnet being hovered along with a Magnet and Goldfish. So interestingly, seems like blue team is going for more of a brawl setup, with the red team probably opting for some sort of more long-range here with the Mobula. That's quite interesting because we don't see many Mobulas around anymore, and it's going to be interesting to see if they keep it, what they'll do with it. Alright, and as such, we are locked and we are ready to go. In just 30 seconds, we'll start off the match and we'll be ready to go. Alright, and there we go. We are headed into the game. Battle on the Dunes. Alright, and there we go. Directly into the action. We've got the Fancy Hydra, piloted by Dementio. It's a Mobula. We're seeing a Gatling Artemis, Mercury on top with another Artemis lower deck, and then a Hades on the side. Then we've got the Pure Nonsense, a Magnate, piloted by Finks. Already on fire, already getting mashed, and we won't even see the armaments on that thing before it blows up. Moving on to the Borealum, piloted by Senok. It is a Magnate with a right side Gatling, Flak, and Watcher, along with a left side Lumberjack, Flak, and Hades. And then the Home Resonance, piloted by Artemis. It's a Carafish, left side Gatling, and Banshee, right side Flamethrower. So a really aggressive start from the blue team, already taking home 1 point. Now the Home Resonance keeping up the aggression here on the Fancy Hydra. Mobula's not really doing well against this sort of aggression from a fish. We see the Borealum hot on their heels, providing some support fire. The Pure Nonsense is coming in here, trying to get some support on the ships to support their ally. Home Resonance taking a beating from those flags, but the Mobula goes down either way. Very hard ship to try and protect against these this sort of fire. Now the Pure Nonsense backing off. But we see that long range from the Borealum going out, getting a few hits in. And they need to be careful so they don't get popped. Our Home Resonance now moving in, taking some laser from Pure Nonsense. Taking some Gatling. We've got that double piercing going, but the Home Resonance does a beautiful job of soaking most of that damage with the balloon. And they keep the flame up, really crippling that ship. You see the flame stacks going out on the Pure Nonsense here, and they're not doing well at all. They're broken. They've got no balloon. And the flame just keeps on going here. That ship is not going to last long without some sort of intervention. And they seem to be getting crushed against the ground here, and down they go. Now the Mobula is back, and this is a very open map, so they've immediately spotted it. However, they do have some distance here. About 500 to 1,000 meters in between them. But they quickly close this distance as they go for a rush on the Mobula. Now the Mobula is probably expecting the ally to be able to spawn in here, but it might just be a bit too late for them. Yeah, we see they've spawned in over here. The Pure Nonsense is moving in, but it might just be too late as the Fancy Hydra goes down. 4 points for the blue team so far. The Pure Nonsense is in a really bad position. Home Resonance doing some really cool maneuvers there with the drift sail. Now we see them coming up behind the Pure Nonsense. What an amazing maneuver. And now the flame is being laid upon them. They've got no balloon. Flames on most components. They're not going to last long under this sort of pressure. Mobula hasn't even spawned in yet. And down they go, an amazing display by the blue team, summary execution. Really aggressive game, and the red team just had a real problem trying to protect the Mobula, and then after that it just kind of continued. They kept up the aggression, and they were never really allowed to recover from that. So just an overall amazing game from the blue team. Now we might be seeing a bit of a lull here in the stream as we're waiting for the other matches to finish up. Alright, and so match 5 is finished. We're moving on to match 7. We are ready to go. We've got Team Overlord Jen here again versus the Jackdaws, who unfortunately got bumped down from match 5 down here into the lower brackets. We're on Canyon Ambush, one of the most loved maps of the game. It's going to be really exciting to see these teams duke it out. Now we're giving just these teams a bit more time to get the members in before we start up the lobby timer, and we are ready to go. And there we go, the lobby time has started, so 4 minutes until we kick this match off and we get going. Now, unlike last match, we're looking at more of a close-ranged map. Of course, there are opportunities for some long range, but most of the map consists of these corridors going throughout the canyon, meaning that most teams will opt for something mid-range or more brawly. Now, we see a Corsair, a Squid, a Pyramidian, and Goldfish, and all of them fall into that bit of stereotype of more brawl-oriented. And there we go. Now the ships are locked. We have 30 seconds until the match starts. And we get this show on the road. And there we go, the captains are being asked to ready up, and they are very quick in doing so, and off we go into Canyon Ambush. Alright, and we are ready to go. So starting off, we've got the Jupiter, piloted by Dementio, a Corsair, with a front carronade, on the right side another carronade along with a Gatling, and on the left side a Gatling along with a Watcher. Then we've got the Inaptitude, piloted by Finks, a Spire with a carronade on the front, Gatling and Banshee up top, along with another Banshee downstairs. Then you've got the Picaligabooth, piloted by Travel. It is a Artling. So Gatling and Artemis upstairs, along with a Flamer on 3 and Flak on 4. And then last but not least, we've got the Stumbly Minnow, piloted by Fishy My Toes. It's a fish with a right side Flamer, carronade up top, along with a Banshee and another Banshee on the left side. Alright, so let's see where its teams are headed. They are actually meeting each other immediately here, with a nasty ram going out from the Jupiter, both losing... No, Stumbling Minnow losing hull and balloon. Getting pelted by the Inaptitude. Not taking too much perma, but they are looking bad in terms of their armor and their balloon. Now, the Picaligabooth helping as much as they can. The Stumbling Minnow keeps getting shot by this Spire here, and they need to stop it. Now, the Banshees are coming in. Stumbling Minnow just barely alive here.
I doubt that they
Picaligabooth also losing hull. Oh, and in comes Saldarim. Welcome.
Good evening. Well, but Picaligabooth just got a really good engagement with the Inaptitude, it seems. Questionable.
Yeah, but it still seems very heavily in Red's favor here. They have them firmly in their grasp.
And it is a blue ship that goes down first. Hey, I just was about to type it. Well, anyway, and I think the Stumbling Minnow will follow shortly as both.
Yeah, but they did manage to get some of that perma on the Inaptitude. They might even... They were close to getting a kill there. The Inaptitude was in a nasty situation. They just barely managed to kill off the fish.
They got the balloon rebuild just in time to not die on terrain.
Yeah, so 2-0 for Red Team. And they're advanced quite far into the map here, so they're going to move into the blue team spawn.
I would actually say like blue team would probably choose the west spawn. I mean east.
Yeah, we see them opting for the east spawn here. They're probably going to be able to see each other soon. The red team seems to have suspected as much. And now we see a spot on the Jupiter.
Well, that looks like a magical rangefinder spot though, as no one should have a line on sight on anyone.
Yeah, there we go. All spots are out. Teams see each other. Inaptitude looking a bit low to go into this engagement. And we know that the blue team does have a lot of Banshees, so they can get that explosive damage in between the quick rebuilds of the Spire armor.
I mean, as long as you... Actually, so this is actually a Spire that can serve as a gun platform. Yeah, kinda. Just have the Jupiter go in, grab all the attention, and then follow up with the Inaptitude, dealing the damage.
Yeah, that's kind of what we saw last engagement, so I'm guessing we'll see something very similar here. However, Jupiter taking some heavy damage here, losing balloon, losing an engine.
Yeah.
And they managed to get the counter pop on the stumbling minnow. That's really important in those carronade battles, that you make sure to pop your enemy as well when you get popped.
But stumbling minnow has no parachute, or more precisely fishing metals has no parachute, unlike Dementio. That's actually, it's Jupiter double broken.
Yeah, but now we're seeing the drogue shoot pay off here as the Jupiter is keeping the height advantage in this battle.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, the Inaptitude going hard on the Piccalilli booth. They get the hull break, they get the Banshees in. They just barely survive going under the Inaptitude.
Stumbling minnow also barely surviving a ram that could have been really nasty, but thanks for them, the physics this time worked in their favor, pushing them around.
Yeah, now Piccalilli booth going down to the Inaptitude. Really good job by the Inaptitude, beating them in a 1v1 with that low of a perma.
But Stumbling minnow will probably go down here in a sec, as long as the Jupiter's still in
We'll see
some
if they can manage to get out of the carronade ranges here, but they just don't. They get popped.
Yeah, and now with the Inaptitude loading in, joining in, they're most likely dead. Yeah. And it's actually interesting that they could have died earlier when they got rammed to the pipe, but they got pushed off of it instead of into the pipe. So.
Yeah, so far Team Overlord Gen dominating this battle, not without costs though. The Inaptitude looking a bit beat up at the moment.
Yeah, but they're still doing quite well, doing the last engagement without actually losing any perma. And blue team opting for the western spawn this time. Good call.
Yeah, red team once again moving into the center here, making sure they have a good line of sight across most of the spawns that the blue team can choose.
Yeah, blue team actually chooses the only spawn where red team doesn't immediately have a line of sight on them.
Yeah, and that in turn also gives them information about where they are, so...
Yeah. Okay, Stumbling minnow. Okay, it seems like they wanted to go for the Inaptitude, but that pop just ruined their day, so they changed he changed his mind. Don't know.
And a bit of an interesting choice for the Jupiter to go for the Piccalilli booth there, considering how resistant they are to carronades generally. But the Inaptitude has a firm hold of the Stumbling minnow right now.
And half the Stumbling minnow's perma is already gone. Right on the Jupiter. Oh, that's it.
Oh, we see the flags coming in.
I was about to say
not quite in arming range, I believe.
They are there.
But there we go. The red team takes it home.
Yeah, but red team wins no matter what. As the fish just exploded on some terrain. And that is a 5-0 victory for Team Overlord Genesis versus the Jackdaws.
Yeah, they played a really good aggressive game there. They were into their spawn before they had even more or less moved out. So a very aggressive game from the Team Overlord Gen.
Yep, and now we were moving on to St. Elmo's Fire, who got kicked out of the top bracket by Steel Lega Lepidoptera, and Team Overlord Gen going up against each other.
Well, that's going to be on Periton Rumble, another very close ranged map actually, with a whole lot of ramming potential.
Nice.
Usually some good Rumble overall.
What?
No, I just said Periton usually has some good rumbling overall. A lot of potential for brawling ships to really shine in there.
Okay, I need water and yarn. And they're already here. Whatever.
I mean, some of these teams are really just on top of things. They look at the challenge just as much as we do, and they know where they're supposed to be.
Yeah. Just like the funny thing with that team, with St. Elmo's Fire, I had them in my lobby and I had closed my lobby just to meet them again right now here. And yeah, I will take over all the roughing stuff, of course.
Yeah, I'm letting go of those controls to you.
So you can go back to just streaming, having a relaxing day.
Yeah, now I just need to use half my brain.
Can put the other half on autopilot. Actually, no. Whoa. Damn it. That's really bad today. I see the Cousin United front is still in Jan's mind.
Oh yeah, we've got the Babushkas Banashi once again.
Nah, Cousin United front is a different thing. That has nothing to do with the Banashi.
Oh, okay.
Okay then. Let me kick this off. Oh god, is it Paraton? Do I need to do that?
It is Periton.
I thought you already changed that. Ah!
I can do that real quick if you want.
I just did.
Oh, okay.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, sorry. So I see on your stream.
Yeah, I'm just looking at that right now.
Being punished for not having a square logo.
And I thought I had restrictions for this.
I mean, when people don't put in square logos, they usually just want to piss off the streamer. So. So that's quite a lot of riders over there.
There we go.
Finally got a timer.
No timer yet. That is gonna be what it is. I'm gonna try and time in on
2 minutes.
Yeah, 2-minute mark. Yeah, so that's 120.
Oh, you have to
So
put
tell
in
me
the
when we
seconds.
close. Yeah, in the software you do.
Oh. Don't know why, but I'm rather sleepy today.
Well, it's been a quite dark day overall. At least in Sweden it has.
Oh, it was a really bright day. It was almost summer here. 3, 2, 1.
Right, there we go. 2-minute timer. We're joining in the main timer here.
It's like we had 15 degrees outside, and with the sun. I mean, on Sundays I really like to drink like a little bit of hot chocolate, and we just sat outside in the sun, drinking coffee, chocolate, whatever. Oh, it's so nice.
It does sound very nice.
Yeah. Change back. That's a lobby game though. I like it. It's not like
Yeah, we've seen a whole lot of changes here.
Yeah, it's not like some other teams where they just choose like 2 ships and they're gonna play those. No matter what the enemy does, we are set.
And another change back.
And now I actually need to start paying attention. Who gets to ask for a minute? Oh god, I have a song stuck in my head and I can't sing it.
It always sounds like a good combination.
The thing is, if the song I've stuck in my head is a parody already, so don't want to get your stream claimed or something. Isn't he?
Yeah, we don't want that DMCA coming after me.
Okay, and the timer just hit 0.
And we're getting ready to ready up here. We'll see if the pilot's ready up.
No, they don't. Not even remotely close.
And as such, we move into Parrot and Rumble. Usually a very exciting map. It's a very small map. Spawns are close together. Usually close to the action. Here we go. Starting off with the SMS Temes, piloted by Captain John. It is an Artling, so Gatling and Artemis up top, with a Flamer on 3 and Flak on 4. Then you've got the Sentences Sandwich, piloted by Water, a Carrowfish, so Carronade up front, along with a Flamer on right side, Banshee on left side, and another Banshee on left side.
Ah!
And a pause has been called out.
Yes. Keep on going. Is it my turn?
Then I'm gonna... It's your turn. We're on the ship number 3.
Ship number 3 is the Great VGs. Oh, it's the Spire piloted by Dementio. He is bringing Watcher Banshee on bottom deck and Get Banshee on top. And the last ship is the Sorrow Goldfish piloted by Finks. He is bringing a Flamer on the right, Hair Character in front, and Get Mortar. What are they? Cut cyber for it now? We're ready now? Okay then. Okay then. Let me get this going again. No.
Yeah, and so we see the Sorrow and the Sentinel Sandwich, as soon as this is over, they are going to have line of sight of each other here, and they're going to go for each other immediately here. We see them moving in through the alleyway. Now, the SMS Temes is right next to the Sentinel Sandwich, and the Great VGS is going to be a bit late to the party here. However, that also gives them the element of surprise.
Also, you're slow, Dimitri. You're really, really slow.
I'm slow?
Yes, yesterday Steambrats and I did the whole ship call out, both, all 4, and I feel like 10 seconds. 10-20.
Well, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, but I mean, we kind of both were like, we challenged each other to do it. So, he called out red team while I put on the timer, then I called out blue team. Fun times. Anyways, it seems like the skyscraper with the flat roof in the exact middle of this map will be the cover of choice, and both teams will maneuver around it, trying to get some shots going.
Yeah, we see both fishes here going for some cheeky pops. No one really wants to pass through, because that means being very exposed.
Bounce on the train tracks here, and Sorrow is pushing
Sorrow
in with
sees their chance.
Yeah, the Great VGs.
One that might be really bad for the Sentinel Sandwich. Just barely missing that ram.
Just now, right though. No perma damage. But now the Get Water on the side comes in handy.
Great VGS being forced to back off, and the Sentinel Sandwich is kind of stuck on this side now. Which is really what you wanted to try and avoid with this.
Careful with the weird fish geometry.
You see the Sorrow having the better angle in this fish battle right now. The Great VGS seeing that they have to really move in if they want to try and save their ally. But it might just be too late here.
The Great VG is broken right now. But Sentinel Sandwich is rammed to the ground. First kill goes to Team Overload Genesis.
We see those Banshees really dishing out some punishment though, and the Temes is barely alive here as they back off behind a building.
Yeah, the Temes were probably... Yeah, there we go. Being stuck against the fish and the building is not a place to be. And blue team takes the lead right now, 2-0, 17:15 on the clock. And almost no perma damage suffered on blue team.
Yeah, they got that little hull break, took some Gatling damage on the Great VGs, but nothing more than that. Now the red team spawning in the south. Both of them. We see the blue team moving out. They might be suspecting this spawn.
There isn't really much choice, and I think from blue team's position they had visual on 2 of the 3 red spawns, or maybe 1, and they just expected that. I think there's like 1 in the north, 1 in the south, and 1 in the middle.
We see them getting the early pop on the Spire here. Sorrow moving in.
We have an engagement. Sorrow actually bouncing on Essenger's Temes, losing the balloon to that ram.
Yeah, we actually see 2 very weak balloons on the red team currently. A very strong position for them. Or for the blue team, rather.
Forwards for the sandwich being double
Oh, they
broken.
just barely avoid those flags there. Really good job by them. Send sandwich taking a real beating from the Sorrow. The Great VG is not looking too good either. And we see more flags coming out.
Oh, the flag barely
Ooh.
misses. But that sandwich is really not looking good either. Both ships are not looking good. The sandwich should probably get Goomba stomped here. Yep. Securing the 3-1 lead for red team. Blue, verdammt.
Yeah, now we're looking at a 1v1 here between the Sorrow and the Temes for a while. They get the hull break. They get some flags in.
Well,
but not a whole lot. That might not even have been
really
1 flag.
Point. Was it even 1 flag? I think that deals more. Okay, not really sure how much perma it actually is within the goldfish.
But we see the Sorrow backing off here. They're probably trying to lose their spot. Temes is following. The Great VGs is spawned in along with the sandwich.
And Sandwich is somewhat rushing straight for the Great VGs, it
Oh, and the
seems.
Sorrow gets bombed, so they're going to be a bit late to the engagement here.
Ooh, that ain't good. Now the Sandwich is in the fight right now, and they are turning for the Sorrow.
Yeah, they need to get that pop, because they cannot afford to get popped and not pop them back. There we go, both fishes popped.
Careful though, for red team that is, there's a crane in front of you. Don't want to get stuck on that. Okay, the Great VG is double broken right now, but able to back off into cover. So they will be able to recover. Fuck.
Yeah, but the Sorrow is being left to maneuver greatly here and deal out a whole lot of punishment. They got a pop on the Temes and they're moving in here with the Flamer. That gives the Great VGs a chance.
Oh, but they just bounced on the crane, so they're probably not getting out of this. Since Temes broken, missing 3 of their 4 guns, getting rammed by the Spire, holding on to a third of the perma. This is a really...
Yeah, and this is just chaos.
Yeah, this is real chaos. I mean, all 4 ships somewhat bouncing on each other on the terrain. They took like one of the tightest corners of Paraton to brawl in.
And Sorrow in a really awkward position here because they can't really use their carronade. They're just underneath the sandwich.
Yeah, and the Great VG is not really looking good, but SMS Temes is looking good either. Okay, set the sandwich moving away
When
from
they get the break,
out of that area.
Both
Bouncing
broken.
And breaking.
Really quick rebuilds on both ships here.
Okay, SMS Temes is dead. Great VGs puts
Now there's a sandwich being crushed beneath the Sorrow. Not looking good for them.
Yeah.
And that might be the game-winning kill.
Yeah.
Here comes the ram.
Nope,
No, they're
no
taking
ram.
it slow.
Okay.
Oh, we
kind
might
of
see
ram.
it.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go. A
The
ram
sandwich
to bring
getting
it home.
squashed into the terrain by the Sorrow. So this means Team Overlord Genesis once again obtains the victory with a final score of 5-1 in their favor.
Yeah, they had a rough start in this tournament, but they have really been popping off here in the lower brackets.
And kicking St. Anna's Fire out of the tournament. And now, is he not putting in the scores, or what's going on there? So what teams are currently playing over there? Probably
Yeah,
have to
what we
wait
know
for
so far is that Team Overlord Gen is going to face off against the winner of
we have
match
to wait
12.
for one entire match.
And they're
Just
going to be
put in
playing
the
on Water
scores.
Hazard, but it's going to be a while. Because,
Yeah.
as we said, one entire match pause before we can move onwards with the next match. And so we'll be taking a short break, and you can check us out in somewhere between 20
10
to
to
2
20.
minutes. We'll see. Depends on how long the match takes. Yeah, and so we're back. Time is ticking down. We're looking at the rematch between the Summary Execution and Team Overlord Gen. Last time we saw them, it ended in a 5-0 in Summary Execution's favor.
Would they
we saw the Team Overlord Gen. Yeah, they brought a Mobula, and that did not work out in their favor.
What? Right now, they are not messing around and going double magnate.
Only the finest combination of ships.
Also, in case you haven't realized it yet, we have two more. We have two intruders in our voice channel here. Alpha and Boteshi.
Hello.
You say that like we're unwelcome.
What?
I mean, we're all cramping in here into the spectators' booth. Butts are touching, but we're making do with the space we've got.
Well, at least it's warm here. Cuddly.
Yeah. Soon. Double judgment.
Oh dear.
Double
This is
Judgment
gonna
versus
be
Double
an interesting
Magnate.
Okay, ships are locked. I'm expecting a minute out of blue. I have to say.
Yeah, goldfish, yeah.
Especially since he just changed.
Huh?
What?
That's not very allowed. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
there we go.
better that way.
Yeah, I would say a goldfish would just be suicide in this arrangement here.
Haha! There we go, that's a minute.
Actually, what are these guys bringing? Yep, forward light-facing Lumberjack with a Hwacha, forward-facing Nemesis with a Hwacha. That would not end well. Harpoon with Hades. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of disabling going on in this match.
Of course.
Yeah,
So-
we're probably going to see Red Team take advantage of the massive mass of the judgments.
Also, I
put them to
just
good use.
granted them the minute and there's no change.
Yeah, sometimes
What?
teams just need a minute to rearrange their strategy.
Or maybe guns. I don't know. Nobody's changed. Yeah, he's saying a little change there.
Yeah, we see a minor change there.
But still, it's gonna be double judgment against double magnate. That's interesting. Okay, ships are locked again.
Well, surely not your most common choice, but a very exciting one. I'm so looking
It's
forward to that
unusual.
match.
It's something I think I've never had. I mean, we've seen like one judgment or one magnate, but not two going up against each other. And that is time. So
Yeah, and I
will
think it's
people-
all too common in SES to see the gun platform or mid-range shooter along with the nimble disabled ship. So there's going to be a real
I would
roundabout
like
from
to
what we
point
usually
out-
see.
people are readied up on time, somewhat. So this wasn't force started.
Peak efficiency.
Yeah, finally. This is the first one that didn't force start. Could I please get
So
a
I'm going to
man
start us
here?
off with the GEP gun takedown piloted by Senok.
Get
There's a
gun.
judgment with a Top Gun Nemesis, along with a side Artemis, a back Watcher along with a Harpoon, and on the other side, we see a Hades. Then you've got the Macintosh Plus, piloted by Artemis, with a top deck Lumberjack, front-facing Hades and Artemis, along with a backside Watcher and Gatling.
Ship number 3 is the Jabberwocky, magnet powered by Dimentio. On the right, he's bringing Flak, Gatling Watcher. On the left, Hades, Lumberjack. The last ship is the Pure Nonsense, piloted by Finks. It's a magnet with right side Hades, Flak, Watcher, and left side Gat, Artemis, Carol. We already have shots being exchanged here with the Gap Gun takedown and the Macintosh Plus doing a lot of long range fire. Also, Jan, no, you can't buy yourself into the finals of SCS with Dimitri Todas.
Yeah, we see the Pure Nonsense here making good use of the cover against the GP gun takedown here.
think it's called Gap Gun. And I mean, after all, in the end of the day, we don't care about pronunciation. If you want to pronounce stuff right, make it either German or Swedish.
Yeah, or just make it a regular name.
Yeah, I guess that works as well.
Yeah, so we see the gunshots here being exchanged. Jabberwocky losing balloon.
I mean, we're at height ceiling when they started dropping, so shouldn't be too serious. They mention not even popping the parachute he has. Also, all pilots obviously have parachutes.
Yeah, the Pure Nonsense making an interesting move here around the map, ever closing in on the red team as they try and make use of their superior long range right now.
Currently, it seems like red team is rather has remained in their position, just taking vantage points and stuff, while blue team is kind of trying to engage, but they haven't found this right spot yet.
Now Pure Nonsense unspotted, moving in behind the red team. Surely they know they're somewhere around there. They've opened fire, thus revealing their position.
Will actually, I feel like Gap Gun Techno is turning their back for them. That's something with the judgment you need to keep in mind. There's something on the back.
Pure Nonsense is in a really strong position here on the Macintosh Plus side now. They're hull broken, they're getting the damage in.
Yeah, that's half the Burma gone. Gap Gun Takedown turning for them, actually both red judgments turning for them, getting the front guns going.
Yeah, see
and I think blue team has a really good position right now.
And the USS War Crime is heading around the other side of the spire this time.
Did he just say US War Crime?
No, USS War Crime. The joke being of the ship with the dual Hades is kind of awful.
Every ship has a Hades.
Yeah, but Pure Nonsense has a dual on one side.
Yeah, okay. Wow. Okay, still the only.
You see them pumping out a whole lot of it, but it's a bit inconsistent at this range.
Yeah.
They don't have spots either, so.
Be broken so far is the Macintosh Plus, losing a bit less than half the Burma. This might turn into a 23-minute sniping duel with 2 kills.
Yeah, the Pure Nonsense staying put so far. I mean, they did get a really good situation, so they're probably just biding their time for when they move in on the Jabberwocky here now.
Macintosh Plus being a bit further forwards, losing balloon. I mean, at this point we probably don't even have to care about balloon pops anymore because they are just frequent. They're just there.
Everybody's got drone shoot, everybody's got good engineers.
Jabberwocky double broken! Eating some Burma there! That's one Nemesis shot into it, I think, or an Artemis. More like an Artemis.
Yeah, but they've got the hard cover close by. Oh, but can they move into it?
Ooh, was there a bounce? Oh yeah, there's a bounce. I need to be careful not to sit down in the city again. Just imagine like you're leaving the house, take a walk, and a magnet just comes down and crushes you.
Yeah, there we go. They're into the hard cover. Now the Pure Nonsense and the Gap Gun are exchanging blows up here.
Seems like at the moment there isn't really a one ship in a better position, as the sabers are just being exchanged. But Gap Gun Takedown just broke. With
yeah, now in the double focus with the Jabberwocky coming in from the side. Some good Hades hits from the Jabberwocky.
Pillow Clan versus Brick Clan. And people asking for the double heavy gun on the front of the Judgment. Jabberwocky about to break, actually. Not a...
Yeah, Macintosh seems to have the upper hand against the Jabberwocky, but the Pure Nonsense is moving in to intercept them.
And the
that leaves Gap Gun unguarded though.
Yeah, will they be able to capitalize on that though? That's the big question. Macintosh Plus eating a watcher to the front, disabling every front gun. Pure Nonsense is being pushed up by the Judgment underneath them. And broken. Everybody is able. That was a Nemesis to the Burma, it seems.
And now we see the Hades coming out here. Jabberwocky broken.
Pure nonsense broken.
Not taking too much damage.
But it's damage.
Oh, and the
It's
Nemesis
damage
is
on
taking chunks out of them.
That's the surprising thing about Nemesis. It deals both. It's good for disabling and killing.
Yeah, it's the jack of all trades gun.
Interestingly enough, I haven't seen the Nemesis as frequently in SCS. People are usually bringing the Hellhound for close range balloon popping and equipment shredding, but I just, at least in the matches that I've run, it's very rare to see a Nemesis.
Yeah.
Now Jabberwocky in a really bad situation, and down they go.
Dies on terrain, and that's the first kill for Red. Finally, something's happening. Just took us 7 minutes.
Obviously, both judgments turning towards the pure nonsense. They don't have a whole lot of distance between them.
Yeah. And they are receiving a lot of fire here. Balloon down, armor down, everything down. They are dead. So, after 7 minutes, Red Team secures a 2-0 lead.
And so we'll see, now the blue team is under a bit of more time pressure here. Because they did take some time getting into engagement range, or the range they wanted. And we'll see if they make this next engagement happen a bit differently, because they're a bit more pressed for time.
Yeah, I mean, if we assume that the next engagement also takes 7 minutes for another 2 kills, then Red Team will probably win due to overtime. But I guess the next one will be a bit shorter, as Red Team has a slight bit of a disadvantage, since both of their ships are missing a bit less than half the Burma. While Blue Team is spawning with factory new ships that already have holes in the balloons.
We're just seeing this massive fire from both the judgments. The Jabberwocky outputting its double Hades.
Yeah, this is a lot of Hades, Lumberjack, like every long range gun imaginable going ham here.
One, the Jabberwocky now getting caught by the Macintosh Plus there. But they're going to be able to move into cover. The Pure Nonsense moving out towards the Gep gun.
Probably looking for some close range stuff, but front Nemesis close range won't be that much of a problem since both Nemesis and Artemis have no arming time.
Yeah, now the Pure Nonsense might be caught out here a bit, depending on what the Jabberwocky can try and do.
Follow up into their perimeter, that's just one Artemis they actually end up eating. And Pure Nonsense is not looking good right now.
They're in the middle of nowhere, they don't have a balloon, they're getting disabled by the Artemis. The Jabberwocky is attempting to help here, but the Macintosh Plus is moving in to make sure they don't interrupt too much.
Yeah, and Pure Nonsense once again was broken, losing once again more perma. Broken once again with Nemesis going in.
Yeah, we see some really good Hades from the Gep gun into the Pure Nonsense.
Okay, Pure Nonsense is finally pushing forwards into really close range, but they will die due to Artemis or Nemesis fire.
And Macintosh did a really good job of just locking out the Jabberwocky there. They weren't allowed to do much in that fight.
They got the height advantage, and in a Lumberjack duel, height advantage is, I would say, still important, because you have a longer way, more way to fall. Okay, Gap gun now joining in with their big gun.
Yeah, the Jabberwocky's not gonna last long here.
Nah, they will find themselves under a lot of fire. And neither of the red ships has been broken in this engagement so far. Okay, will the Jabberwocky escape? That's the big question right now.
And another big question is, do they want to escape? Because with that health, what are they going to do in a fight? They need to be so careful.
Yeah, it doesn't matter anymore as they don't survive. 4-0 lead for red team with 9 minutes left on the clock. So we might actually see like an actual win and not a timer win. And right as I say that, we will drag into overtime for sure.
Now, Pionons is spawning in here. Up in F4.
Actually, split spawn.
Oh, we see a split spawn. Very interesting from the blue team.
Jabberwocky
Exciting.
immediately spotted. This might have been accidental.
They do have the hard cover between them, though, so they can easily get into a safe spot here. And soon the Pionons is gonna be in a position to fire upon the red team.
But don't underestimate adjustments turning. I know it sounds a bit silly, but with Phoenix Claw, that thing really gets turning. Okay, Jabberwocky now under fire from the Macintosh Plus. And Gap Gun takedown going around the mountain here.
Yeah, that's a really good maneuver by the Gap Gun.
Yeah.
Making sure they can't really use the cover anymore.
And with that,
So the Jabberwocky taking real damage.
double focused. Already missing a bit less than half the perma.
And the Pionons is just very late into this engagement.
Broken again. Actually going on the Gap Gun, but not accomplishing much. Just disabling the Nemesis. That's good. Jabberwocky is missing 5 of the 6 guns. They're missing an engine, balloon. Seems like soon after. There we go. Break.
Yeah, and that's Jabberwocky dead.
Summary execution. Of
I
10
hate it.
Also known as Team Judgment.
They bricked harder. Final score 5-0 in favor of red. Hashtag brick meta. And next
I mean, a very
one-
unusual match, something we don't see very often. But very fun to see nonetheless.
Yeah, I mean, it took a bit of a long time to actually get going, but once it got going, it was fun. That's fun. Then pretend
And with that,
didn't
Summary
happen.
Execution is moving up to the lower bracket finals against Steel Legio Lepidoptera.
Is that also a rematch? I feel like it is. No, it's not.
Nope.
No, it's not. Okay.
Oh, cool. Northern Fjords. That's a good map.
And so we'll see if they stick to their legendary double judgment combo here.
Also, Alpha, are you streaming as well?
I am not currently.
Oh. Get the double stream going.
Yeah, but that was quite a legendary match. Wow. 2 judgments are great.
Hmm.
I think I haven't seen something break a double magnate combo so easily in quite a while.
I mean, we also haven't seen double magnet in quite a while.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but double magnets we have seen. I don't know how long ago it was that we saw a double judgment.
I feel like it definitely had happened before, but it was when the judgment was still stronger than it is now.
Get ready.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh wait, is everything set up? Everything looking fine?
I think it should.
Yep.
I've got the
3,
right team with the
2,
right map.
1. Is this the right map?
Northern
Should
Fjords,
be.
yes. Match
Pretty sure.
15.
Yeah.
If I can read numbers right, it should be there.
And hello
Yes,
to whoever
yes,
made the live stream.
good.
We're back and double streaming with DKR.
Yay!
Hello.
Quad break? Oh fuck. I mean, if they do quad break, it would be so fun. It would be rather silly and a lot of fun to actually watch, but I don't think they would do it. But you know, earlier today in my very first match, I had quadruple pyro. And
Yeah,
only
Yeah,
one-
and
that's
that sounds a bit more believable than what we usually
It was
see.
Yeah.
only one Artling though. One Artling,
Oh,
2 meta, and
no
1
way.
weird.
Oh,
Mine doesn't have a name. Bamboozle bar. Oh, please do quadruple brick.
Seems like we're looking at a mirror up here with Judgment Goldfish on both sides right now.
Oh, actually, we have a full mirror right now with 2 judgments and 2 fishes.
Aw, we almost had the brick match.
yeah, we're
Yeah, but
that
that's a
close to
bit
greatness.
closer to what we usually see with the mid to long range ship, along with the nimble disabled ship. And Goldfishes have been strong recently.
I mean, especially on blue team's side, you actually have opportunities from the beginning of the match to keep the big ship behind and have some cover for the big ship, while the light ship goes in, gets the spots, and keeps the other team distracted.
Now a Pyramidion from blue team.
Ooh, pointy goes on bad.
Yeah, we've seen that one before.
Yeah.
It didn't really play out well in their match, but it might come out totally different here against SLL.
The pointy end was going into the ground more than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Always depends on the lumber or carrot pressure coming from the enemy.
Ah, now it's just a full mix. The dream has been destroyed.
No.
Well, Who is Batman calls for a map change to Batcave?
Absolutely.
No.
Absolutely yes.
Splish splash, your opinion is trash.
Oh, you make me sad.
Well then, be sad, but we're not gonna play Batcave in a tournament. And the reason why that is bad, why Batcave is bad, is yesterday.
It's because Saldarim has no taste. In any case, we have a minute left until we begin the match.
And please let me actually finish my thought, because Batcave has shared spawns, and yesterday in King of the Hill tournament, we saw what disasters shared spawns can cause.
Yeah, that's right. We've had quite some
I
interesting
have to say,
situations.
I do like Batcave. It's a really nice map. The only thing I hate about it is the shared spawns.
We don't call them disasters, we call them interesting situations.
Okay. Yeah, a lot
That's
of
as
them.
far as euphemism goes.
So, seems people are set on Spire Crusader versus Pyra Fish. We've seen a lot more Crusaders recently.
I feel like the sheer amount of guns that they can bring makes them very viable, especially against the current balloon pressure meta.
Hmm.
You're literally immune to it.
So how do we want to do the ship callouts once we get into game?
Everybody gets one.
All right, in
I'll
the
do
order
number
that
one.
we're sitting in the spectator spot here.
So yeah, Alpha 1, Bo 2, DKF 3, and I do 4.
All right, that works.
I do 3?
Yes, you do 3.
I do 3.
And by that, don't mean 3 ships, you do ship 3.
Let's take a look at what we have on the field. Merwin is bringing T-Pose Moth, the ultimate pose of dominance.
Bo, start the timer.
Wait, that's not my job. I thought you were refing.
You're the ref, Sal. In any case, they're asserting their dominance with their T-Pose. They're using a lumberjack, a Gatling gun, and dual banshees.
All right, ship number 2 is piloted by Moshena. It's a Crusader who is Batman. We do have a Hellhound and a Minotaur in front, followed up by Gatling and Artemis on the middle deck, and another Artemis and Flak on the top deck.
Right, looking at the pointy goes in bad. Piloted by Senok, a Artling, so Artemis and Gatling up top, along with a Flak on 3. Put to very good juice, along with a Artemis on 4.
And last ship, the home resonance. It's a fish by ultimates. He's bringing Flamer on the right, Carol front, double banshee on the left.
Oh, looks like Xenon finally figured out how to put the pointy end into the bad thing and successfully picked up the first kill for Summary Execution Team.
It looks like he's not gonna stop there.
T-Pose Morph will soon follow as they're being chased by their home resonance. And they are up against some terrain.
Yeah, blue team has an incredible pressure with that flamer, the Gatling's going out. Yeah, watch, there's just so much. I mean, the carronade. There's so much to look out for on the blue team.
They did wind up costing home resonance a little bit, though. They're sitting just above half perma.
So that was actually the first 2 kills in not even 1.5 minutes.
And blue team now has really good vision on the red team spawns here.
So will the Summary Execution be able to break the current speedrun record of 2.5 minutes?
I'm gonna guess unless they can get 3 kills in the next 30 seconds, no.
Yeah, fair point actually. And also they are facing the wrong way, kinda. Yeah.
Red team immediately spotted upon spawning, which really puts the pressure on them.
First engagement, T-Pose Moth going to fire on Pointy goes in bad just below the clouds here, who is Batman following as home resonance comes around the rocks.
Really good flank by them there. The only question is they might get a bit exposed here, but the Pointy goes in bad is not that far out of the engagement.
And the home resonance is really locking down the T-Pose Morph with another break there. And attempted Goomba Stomp. That's not...
T-Pose
okay,
Morph's looking really bad sitting on the ground right now.
There they go.
And they get ram killed by the home resonance. So, if you ever wonder how do you want to kill stuff with a blender fish, terrain is your friend.
Not so much a Goomba Stomp as a Goomba Smush.
And while we are talking about that, the Pointy Goes in Bad is about to do a lot of damage on the Who is Batman.
Oh, and a nasty ram from the fish!
That's coming in!
Beautiful execution!
Going for another ram! They're like so nice and Vice was screaming. It's like at the random
Some friendly flags exchanged in between the teams. Now, the red team doesn't have many options when it comes to spawns here. The blue team has very good vision over the entire area right now.
I would say they will spawn south. Actually, this seems more like north. We're about to find out in the next 10 seconds, I believe.
Oh, there they are, far east.
Immediately spotted though, and the pressure is on once again. They are hustling to move out of there, get into positions.
Well, it seems like the sub 5 minutes is still possible.
I mean, if I can get a kill in the next 36 seconds.
Never underestimate the pressured one. I don't know.
Yep, classic move here. Goldfish gets behind this fire.
And the Artling just goes in for the Crusader. Going in for the Ram actually, but Who's Batman dodging that?
Yeah, interestingly, the T-Pose Moth are opting to help their friend. However, they leave themselves very exposed to the home resonance.
Sitting down low, and they're just going to get ground down here. Although Pointy End goes in bad, also not having the best time.
Yeah, they're double broken, but that's just the...
Yeah, but they've been brought down to the Spires level, with Who's Batman still stuck way up there.
Yeah, another T-Pose Moth under fire. A lot of fire, actually. Who's Batman finally found the way down here, but Pointy Goes in Bird just simply reverses and gets the guns going. T-Pose Moth dies. Isn't much to say there.
Well, not quite in 5 minutes, but close enough.
Yeah, I feel like 5.5 or so. But it doesn't matter, because Summary Execution obtained a 5-0 victory.
I think this might have just been like a ship choice difference here. We've seen SLL do some really good flying. I was not expecting this outcome.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting, especially I wasn't expecting it to be 5-0.
Oh, let's take a look
I
at
mean,
the
usually the
scoreboard.
Spire is very strong, but the Goldfish just proved the dominance there with getting into the backline and really messing them up.
Absolutely. And that good flying has now knocked down the Steel Legio Lepidoptera. The Summary Execution team is rising up to meet the Pomelos in the finals.
Ooh. There we go. Mervyn Sundstrom. Pomelo.
Well, that's a combination I'm looking forward to. Pomelo, I'm sure that'd be a great logo for that.
Pomelos. Something like that.
Well, I mean, that would be up to me, because I've been the supplier of the Pomelo logos since they started out.
Oh.
Well, you better think of something good. I feel like the SLL logo of this week was great.
Yeah. I also really like the logo of St. Elmo's Fires.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, we didn't have them on this stream. Let's just put them up here.
I hope you're not cropping it like someone else.
No, I've shown the logos in their full glory. Yeah, quite pretty. In case anybody's unfamiliar, St. Elmo's Fire is, I guess, an electrical discharge that happens on structures moving through the air. It was very common to see on sailing ships during stormy weather, and it would basically have, I guess, lightning, or I guess electrical art. I'm not sure how to describe it. Plasma, I guess, or ionized gas, or from in the atmosphere, running on the tips of the masts on ships.
Wow, that must look glorious. Or a bit creepy if you don't know where it comes from.
Yeah, this logo doesn't quite show, I guess, what the actual one looks like. There are better paintings of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's also modern examples of it as well.
But without further ado here, I'm going to make a hasty adieu to you all as I get ready for, well, whatever I do in the evening. It's been really nice having you here, and it's been really nice being here. Thank you to you all, and I'll be moving out.
Thanks to you.
See ya.
Have a good one.
So, to you viewers as well, thank you all for coming out here. I will be closing down in a minute and bring you over to Alpha Stream, where the finals will be shown. It's been a really fun night. We've seen some really great matches, and yeah, have a great evening.